Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep, really deep, to find a creature that time itself seems to have forgotten.
Just imagine for a second, what if a creature that everyone thought had died out with the dinosaurs was suddenly found, just swimming around in our oceans today? Sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? Well, for one animal, it's not fiction, it's real life.
Just look at this timeline. It lays out the whole incredible story. The coelacanths have been around for about 400 million years. They were supposed to have vanished, gone, right along with the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. Poof, wiped from the fossil record. And then, bam, 1938, a fisherman off the coast of South Africa catches one. Can you even imagine? The entire scientific world was just completely blown away.
So what makes his survivor so special? Let's take a closer look at its anatomy. And believe me, it has a truly bizarre body.
So here it is. This is the coelacanth. And it's a big, powerful-looking fish, right? Covered in these almost armor-like scales. But what's really amazing, what makes it so unique, well, that's all hidden inside.
Okay, first up, its head. It has something that biologists were convinced had vanished from the planet millions of years ago. It's called an intracranial joint. Basically, it's a hinge right in the middle of its skull. The only other place they'd ever seen this? In fossils. So what's the big deal with a hinge in your head? Well, it lets the front half of its skull pivot upwards. Think about that. This creates this enormous gape, a huge opening, that gives it this incredibly powerful, almost suction-like grip to just swallow its prey whole. It's wild. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. Moving up to its snout, we find another totally unique feature. It's this big cavity filled with a jelly-like substance, and it's called the rostral organ. This MRI gives us an amazing peek inside.
So what does this jelly-filled organ do? Well, scientists figured out it's an electrosensory device. Think of it like a biological radar or a super-sensitive metal detector. It can pick up the tiny, faint electrical fields that all living things give off. And when you're hunting in total darkness, that's a pretty amazing superpower to have.
All right, now for what might be the most shocking fact about this ancient fish. Its brain case, the part of the skull that holds the brain, is huge. But here's the question for you. How much of that space do you think the actual brain takes up?
Get ready for this. Just 1.5%. That's it.
So what's in the other 98.5% of the space? It's just fat. Seriously, no other living vertebrate we know of has a brain that's so tiny compared to its body. It's kind of humbling, right? It really goes to show you that a big brain isn't the only way to make it through 400 million years.
All right, life in the deep. With an anatomy this strange, you've got to wonder, how does this thing actually live? It's a strange existence in a dark world.
Well, the key to the coelacanth's lifestyle is all about conserving energy. They are the ultimate couch potatoes of the deep sea. They hang out in these deep, cold volcanic caves during the day. Then, at night, they become what scientists call passive drift hunters. That means they pretty much just drift. They let the ocean currents do the work and then ambush anything that gets too close. And this super low energy lifestyle, it might be the secret to their incredibly long lives. Some can live to be 100 years old. And the way they move is just weird. They can swim head down, backwards, even belly up. It's all thanks to those unique fins. And get this, they've actually been spotted doing headstands on the ocean floor. The thinking is they're using that rostral organ, that electrical sensor in their snout, to scan the sand for a hidden snack.
Okay, so this is all fascinating, but here's where the story gets really personal. We're talking about our ancient fish cousin and the crucial link to life on land. You might be wondering, why should we care so much about this weird fish? Well, believe it or not, the answer has everything to do with us, and it all comes down to its fins.
Okay, look here. On the left, you've got a typical fish fin. Thin, kind of like a fan. But on the right, that's the coelacanth. It's what we call a lobe-finned fish. See how its fins are totally different? They're fleshy, and they stick out from the body on these thick stalks. They almost look like little limbs, don't they?
And that's because, in a way, they are. Inside those fleshy stalks are the very same basic bones that you have in your own arms and legs. I'm not kidding. This fish is a direct, living link to the first creatures that ever walked on land. It's our history, swimming in the ocean.
This family tree of life shows it perfectly. See this branch here? That's the coelacanths. And look where they split off. right before the evolution of tetrapods, four-limbed animals, like us. This makes the coelacanth one of our closest living fishy relatives. Studying its DNA is like opening a 400-million-year-old time capsule that tells us about our own evolution.
So this incredible creature survived the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. It survived multiple ice ages, multiple mass extinctions. But now, this fragile living fossil is facing a brand new struggle for survival, and it might be its toughest one yet.
After all that time, after everything it has survived, the coelacanth is now officially listed as critically endangered. Its epic story of survival is on the brink.
So what's the problem? Well, there are a few big ones. First, their habitat is incredibly limited. They only live in these very specific deep water cave systems. Their populations are small, which means there's not a lot of genetic diversity. And on top of all that, they're getting accidentally caught by deep-sea fishermen who are looking for other fish. It's a perfect storm of threats.
And all of this leaves us with a really tough question. This animal's ancestors survived for 400 million years. They outlasted dinosaurs, ice ages, you name it. But can this living fossil survive us? Its future, after all this time, might now be completely in our hands.